Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Quad City sports fans of all ages, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Another day of sun and warmth here in the Quad Cities, and the future's so bright, Jay has to wear shades. That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
This is taken away from my...
AM
I
1170.
didn't brush my hair after the shower today.
Well, you look great, bud.
Thanks. So I kind of I think I threw the sunglasses on just to throw it off.
For those on Facebook Live,
Thank you all for
quick
tuning
poll,
in.
Does he look like Tom Cruise in Risky Business?
I forgot, when the weather changes, I forgot my scarf, my cool guy scarf.
Yeah, now you got your cool guy shades.
Yeah, and my hair, the mullet isn't out, so I can't wear my headband.
What kind of shades are those? Those look.
They're called blenders.
Okay.
And let me explain something to you. Much like the Under Armour, these guys, this guy started selling these like out of the back of his trunk.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember if he's a surfer or whatever else, but he would always
Can
get.
I see him?
Yeah. Now they're
These
all
are pretty
scratched up
tight.
on the eye thing, so if that bothers you. But the story behind this guy, and you can find it all the time on your social media advertising the site Blenders for things. They're affordable sunglasses.
Yeah.
They look good. But the thing is, he would always get sunglasses like this at gas stations for like $5.99, and because he was, I guess you could consider him a social influencer before it got bigger. People would always be like, "Man, your sunglasses are great," and he was like, "I can just make sunglasses that are like this at a gas station and charge like $30 for them."
Right.
And they're all different kind, and it's a huge company now.
There you go.
I mean, it's you have to get them online. They have to come in.
I got to do prescription, Jay.
Oh, so, okay. See, that's the thing. I'm not a good online shopper, T-Roy.
Are they making for wider faces too?
I don't know. You're gonna have to look into that yourself. I don't know. I just found a pair and clicked choose, add to cart. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, but then you have to wait, and I don't like waiting. That's why I'm not a good online shopper. But I guess that's a good thing because I don't waste a lot of money doing that,
I love my Zappos account. I love the shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you what. I can feel already that it's going to be a good show today. Do you know why?
Well, we have Joey Danya coming on.
In the second hour, Joey Downey would come in. He's talking about some of the...
We're going to make some lists.
Yeah,
You know
we're going
that.
to do... Yeah.
And you said the trivia question's really good.
I got a good trivia question. We got other things to talk about. But every time I feel like if I'm thrown off of my day and I'm like... I just want to just be done. It's before like even 10:30. I'm just done because I don't know where I put my AirPods, so it's hard for me to work out because I'm a spaz. If something, I don't have OCD, but if something changes the agenda, I spaz out and lose my mind. So then it's at the point where I'm already frustrated, and then I'm getting ready to go to the gym. And then I make a stop, my first one, and I should just re-up my subscription to Quad City Times, but during the pandemic, I stopped it because the gyms were closed. And, I liked my crossword in the sauna at the gym. So I went to the first gas station.
Your crossword and a couple naked old men. That's how you love your
That's
saunas.
all I want. That's all.
Yeah.
That's what makes my day.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of old naked men in the sauna
Yeah.
and a crossword. That's it. And my day is locked in for the big thumbs up. So I went to the first spot. They're all sold out of the newspaper. So I got to make another stop, pick up a newspaper, get ready to go, do my workout.
Yeah.
With headphones like you see here on the Facebook Live or whatever.
They're archaic.
Yeah, they are. They plug into you. They get in the way
they're the
when you're
worst.
doing reps.
Yeah.
And then
When
I
you're-
get done,
when you're sculpting your guns.
and I've got it's cold to my guns, and I've got pen. I've got the paper folded in two.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Hoping the over/under is over 1.5 old naked men in the sauna.
Yeah, yeah.
And I make the turn in the corner to go to the sauna.
It's over 6.
Out of order.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've already had newspaper problems.
Yep.
You have headphone problems.
And then the sauna.
And now you don't get to look at naked old men in the
I
hot tub
know,
or in the
I
shot
know,
in
yeah.
the sauna with your... Oh, man. What did you do?
I got frustrated. I
Did
walked
you do
back.
your crossword still?
Nope. I huffed and popped.
no.
I put it back in the bag.
Huffed and puffed.
Got in the shower, and I just told myself, you know what? And I did say, I was like, I'm going to go ask the front desk if they were going to get it open by tomorrow. But I didn't because I went a different exit. But I said, you know what? I had to tell myself, you know what? Now tomorrow you can do 2 crosswords in the sauna. So look at it that way. So, and then as I was walking out, and I was messaging a friend saying that, I said that I just had it with today. I'm a spaz. I know I'm a spaz, but I've had it with today. And then I remembered it's almost every time when I just feel like I'm out of sorts or I feel underprepared for the thing. What?
We're not live. I don't know.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay.
So, hold on a
Erickson.
second. Huh?
That was from Erickson.
Okay, well, give me a second.
All right. Well, anyway, finish your story.
But every time I feel like underprepared or underwhelmed,
Yeah.
we always end up organically have a great show. So I just said, like, you know what? We'll just go into the show. I'll pull up Facebook here in a second. It says that we're live, so I'd be shocked. But if I need to start it over at the break, I will. But I thought for certain. No, I don't want this. Yeah, we're up.
All right. Well, maybe something wrong with your stuff, bud. Oh,
yeah, see, I got look at that. I do look good in sunglasses now that I just pulled up our Facebook. Look at that.
Yeah, it's working, Erickson. Something's wrong with your stuff. All right. Well,
all right. So the story is, and yet, so going about everything that we do or whatever else, I will say this: I'm always happy that although the joke is that we recklessly speculate,
yeah,
when it comes to someone's health, someone's like career, like are they cutting him? Is he quitting? Is he retiring? We rarely report till we feel confident. Right. So yesterday, about the 120, 130 mark. Yesterday, he's like, we have some breaking news.
On Tiger?
On Tiger. And we just kind of were like, man, that sucks. We don't know that much.
Waiting here.
Yeah, we don't know that much. And that's what I feel the most proud about is that we just don't go through the Twitter and just start reading stuff. Because, I mean, there were things like, being reported that it's life-threatening. There were things that were complete... devastation, destruction, when really they were talking, and people were thinking it's about Tiger and his body, when really it was about the car.
Yeah.
And so, basically what he was doing was he was going to a photo shoot. He's on his way to a photo shoot. He was going to be meet Drew Brees and your quarterback for your Chargers,
Justin Herbert.
Yep. He was on the way to meet them for a photo shoot at the Riviera Country Club. It's about 5 miles north of where the crash location happened. He was driving a 2021 Genesis GV80 SUV, which was his on loan. It occurred on a winding 2-lane road with speed limits of 45 miles an hour. Woods was traveling at a greater speed than normal, but did not seem impaired, said Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva. And he said that crashes in the area are common because the road quickly descends and features an S-curve. Quote, he said, that specific stretch of roadway is one of our trouble spots. So this is what we know. After the single vehicle accident on Tuesday, he was jaws of life out. He was on the side.
Well, they retracted that too.
Okay.
They used they pulled open the windshield. They did not jaws of life.
He was on his side. It had rolled a couple times. He basically... I think he had hit during the curve. Probably. So what you would assume is you overcompensate.
Yeah.
And in the median, he hit a sign in the median, and then he went over to the other lanes, and then hit a tree, and then rolled.
Yeah.
So, but the airbags did deploy. He lost control of the vehicle while crossing over the central divider. The SUV rolled multiple times. He underwent surgery to repair damage to his right leg and ankle. The hospital's chief medical officer and interim CEO said Woods had comminuted fractures, which is basically bones broken into more than 2 fragments. Yeah. And it affects both the upper and lower portions of his right tibia and fibula. The bones were stabilized by inserting a rod into the tibia, and additional injuries to the foot and ankle bones were stabilized using pins and screws. This is where things get a little bit different in my world, and I think you can actually relate.
Right.
2009, He gets in a little trouble. The car accident is an iron to the back window from his wife. It's kind of like, look at Tiger Woods gotten in some trouble. This thing happens, and if you can get over the whole thing of like, was he impaired, whatever else, and quickly I was, it's too much like, there's too much close to like the Kobe Bryant. And the first thing I think of now is his kids. Whereas before I saw him as an athlete, now I see him more as a family man who every once in a while can pull off the 2019 Masters. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the one thing I thought of, like, which is completely different. A year ago in January, like, I think we've said it multiple times, and I'll say it again, like that. It wasn't that we lost a legend in Kobe Bryant. It was that he went down with his daughter, and there were other young people on there, and there were family members of each other, not with Kobe Bryant. But so that's the first thing I thought of. And did I think it was over? Did I think it was over too much yesterday? The coverage, I really did.
Yeah, it was nonstop.
I didn't think we need to have helicopters hovering above there and have it on there. And then
they showed him pulling his car out.
Yeah,
for God's sakes, like come on, ESPN.
And you've got the
nothing else to report in sports. That tells you, everyone, why Chenba is not popular anymore. Nobody wanted to hear anything about Chenba.
No, and I don't even think like people care too much about the All-Star Game snubs because they announced the starters and the reserves for the NBA All-Star Game.
I could care less.
I know you could, but
seriously, I mean, it was nothing else on ESPN. Even if it went to one of the shows that was supposed to be on.
No, they put it on the ESPN News, ESPN2, because they said highly questionable is moved over here. Around the Horn is moved. Everything was moved off of ESPN.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too much for me.
I mean, I get it. It's Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
But once you know he's stabilized, he's at the hospital, what else are we reporting on? I mean, do you have to tell me breaking everything that Jack Nicklaus has said, everything Phil Mickelson said, what the PGA Tour said? Like, of course they're going to say what they said. I mean, what kind of freak's going to get in there? I hope he's dead. I mean, really?
So this is interesting because I was listening to something earlier, and it makes a lot of sense. And I just don't know where it works. At your age, my age, T-Roy, the sports figure that transcends the sport. All right?
Well, Tiger's it for golf.
It doesn't. I'm just saying in general, not the sports. How's that? Okay, transcends. Okay. So like it raises above, like it's in the pop culture thing. Everyone knows who they are. Blah blah blah. Obviously, your age, my age, Muhammad Ali.
Ali, Jordan.
Thank you. Maybe flashes a little bit of Magic and Bird, but I don't know how much. But Jordan.
Yeah, not nearly as much.
And Jordan's on his way out. Then there's Tiger.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else since then that you think has maybe transcended sports where it's like?
I mean, Babe Ruth would have been.
But since then, I'm saying chronological
Tiger.
Since
Tiger.
Yeah.
Where you look in the national, because I mean, Tiger's huge in a lot of countries.
Here's the thing and I'll fall back, and I've said it before, and I don't care. I'm stating the truth. He transcended sports, but there's also a part of me that really, really feels awful that there was a group of people that watched Tiger on Sundays only to cheer against him because he was black.
Oh, I'm sure.
And that's terrible.
Yeah.
But it's, when I say transcends, it's on it. If there's someone out there listening that says, they're dead wrong, because I've heard it before. I watch on Sundays because I like to cheer against Tiger.
I would say there's been nobody since. I mean, and I'm sure there's going to be that argument out there that.
Does Tom Brady transcend sports?
I don't think so. I don't even think LeBron does. I don't think LeBron.
Ooh, that might be one.
Well, this is why I don't think LeBron hasn't taken the NBA to any sort of new heights.
Fair.
Not or his. You know, he does all the marketing and everything that Jordan did. I mean, even Kobe was up there and all that, but I don't think Kobe transcended. It's not like when Mike went places, it was like the Beatles. You follow me? Like pop culture. And I don't think LeBron's there. I mean, you can give me the argument. He's very popular, but I don't think he transcends the sport.
Yeah, if you guys have anyone out there who's listening out there on ESPN 1170 on the app or Facebook Live, you can give us a call at 563-391-3776. I don't know what Brad's saying here on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. He says it's real bad. Infection is a serious issue now. Ask Alex Smith. That's absolutely true. I don't know if Tiger Woods has an infection right now. I don't know what he's saying. And I'd have to look up to that, Brad, from what Brad's writing. The Alex Smith thing is, Alex Smith gave a very candid interview with GQ about Washington and the Washington football team, which, by the way, might be up for sale. Jeff Bezos is looking to buy it. But
well, yeah, there is possibility of infection. I mean, when you have a major break like that, I mean, I know what he's referencing. I don't know if someone else said something on there about it. But yeah, you have to be concerned if Tiger's ever going to golf again.
You're not doing this in order, guys, out there in the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We're looking at things in chronological order. If you're going to bring up someone like Big Mac, Sosa, Bonds, and Griffey, no. That's 1998. It's not working that way. They didn't
transcend sports. It wasn't like Big Mac, Sosa, Bonds, Griffey. It's not like you could go to Spain for the Olympics and people would look and see Big Mac walking down the street and want his autograph. Okay? This is Jordan. It's Ali. It's Ali when he did the fight against Foreman. It's Jordan it's Tiger when he just recently when Tiger was over in Asia and the little kids and everything. I mean, that's what we're talking about when we transcend sports.
Yes.
We're talking about your popularity carries to all
and sustains
corners of the goal
through time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Yes, Michael Phelps took us for 2 summers and it was great.
But nobody in Mexico City cared about Michael Phelps.
You can go with Conor McGregor. I just don't think so much. Mike Tyson came before that, not after. Like, he's and it's fine. Eddie says LeBron, like him or not. That's it. And Israel says LeBron.
I disagree on the
more
LeBron.
political than Jordan. He's up there, but
I would say I disagree.
David
with LeBron.
Beckham is a fair one.
Beckham probably all right. I could go with Beckham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Because, well, and you could even probably say maybe a couple of those other soccer guys. I wasn't thinking about like Ronaldo or Messi.
They're not for David Beckham. I'm sorry, and that's terrible, but they're not for me. Like, I understand that.
But I'm saying I think Ronaldo and Messi probably.
I know their names. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. How's that?
You do, but I'm just saying in other countries they do too.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying. Does Nadal, Federer, any of us other tennis guys do it?
And if you're going to give me the argument LeBron is popular in China, well, that's why I call it Chimba, and I could care less.
Do we have a female that transcends sports?
One of the Williams sisters.
Yeah, Serena.
Probably Serena. She's pretty recognizable. She's
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely up there. Yeah, do we have any that transcend sports?
I mean, LeBron's popular. I get it. I just don't feel that he's transcending yet. And I don't think he ever will.
Yeah, there's some other things to talk about. Yesterday, you and I off the air had a conversation about DirecTV and the NFL, and the NFL does have some negotiations coming up with contracts, and we're going to talk about that a little bit after the break. Also going to look at possibility, some baseball things coming up. Albert Pujols' wife has alluded that on Instagram that 2021 will be the future Hall of Famers' final MLB season. Before we
see 5th overall home runs.
Well, by the way, I'm glad you asked that because I can take you down the list of where he's at. Yes, he's 5th overall.
Okay.
He's got to hit this season 37 home runs to pass A-Rod for 4th all time. And I can take you through if you do the numbers where it's been because actually someone already did this, and I don't know how much it's going to change it, but I can take you through Albert Pujols' numbers. I want to remind everyone tomorrow night, Iowa basketball is at number 3 Michigan. On Sunday, Luka Garza became Iowa program's all-time leading scorer in its outing versus Penn State, surpassed the great Roy Marble.
The late great.
Garza reached Marble's 32-year-old all-time benchmark 15 games faster than Marble had gotten there. Jordan Bohannon is 3 assists from becoming Iowa's all-time assist leader.
Who is he going to pass?
He's going to pass Jeff Horner at 612. Bohannon's at 6'10". Michigan is ranked number 3. Iowa's ranked number 9 in this week's AP Top 25 poll. The last time these two teams played with both teams ranked in the top 10 was February 9th, 1989. Number 10, Michigan edged number 8, Iowa, 108-107 in double overtime in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes have turned things around. If you're listening to the show when AC Earl's on here, he calls those the dog days of January and February. He said just more important to pay attention to starting week 3 of February, what a team is doing, instead of just worrying about what they're doing in January. And so far, the Hawkeyes have held each of their last 5 opponents to fewer than 70 points. Luka Garza reached 2,000 points in 113 games in his career, faster than any other Big Ten player over the last 25 years. Taking a look at Michigan. The last time versus Michigan, Iowa played, Iowa beat them in Iowa City, 90-83 on January 17th, 2020.
My birthday.
They were trailing by 6 points with 7:44 remaining. Iowa used a 10-0 run and never gave up the lead during that stretch in that win. Scouting the team this year, I told you that they're ranked number 3. Michigan has 3 games. Michigan's last 3 games have each been decided by 8 points or less. So, hey, they're due. Right? 3 starters for Michigan averaged double figures in scoring. And the Michigan Wolverines are coached by former All-American Juwan Howard. It's his second season as a collegiate head coach. He spent the last 6 years with the Miami Heat before that. And he's got Michigan off to their best start since 1978, 1979, and he has the number 1 recruiting class in the nation for 2021. Oof. 3 of the McDonald's All-Americans are going to Michigan next year, and there's 6 that are still undecided. So, okay. When we come back, let's take a look at a few more things.
You got a trivia question for me?
Yes, let's do thank you so much. Let's do a trivia before we go to break, and I'll put it on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread as well. It's a really good question. Rarely do I get, I like the trivia questions, but okay. Only 2 NFL teams have not had a quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl this century.
So since 2000.
Yep. Only 2 NFL teams have not had a quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl this century. Who are they? And I'll give you one hint. You want a hint?
No.
Okay. Only 2 NFL teams have not had a quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl this century. Who are they? All right, we'll be right back. ESPN 1170. Don't hassle us, we're local. Be back in just a few.
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Hockey and basketball fans love scoring and nets, but what else do they have in common? A chance for an easy 100 from BetMGM. Register for the King of Sportsbooks and win $100 in free bets when you place a $1 moneyline wager on the Lakers versus the Jazz, and if either team hits a 3, you win. Simply sign up using bonus code FOSTER100 when you make your first bet to take advantage of this offer. Maybe you have more in common with table tennis fans. No matter your sport, BetMGM is where the stakes are always raised. Enjoy parlay selection features to build the parlay of your dreams, boosted odds specials for major payouts, daily promotions, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code FOSTER100 to win $100 in free bets when you wager $1 on the Lakers versus the Jazz to hit a 3. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 or older. Iowa only. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
For the brightest hand-selected diamonds, come to Dolan Jewelers. This is Will Dolan, and we want to offer the best diamond experience for every client and every occasion. At Dolan Jewelers, we carry the most popular shapes and sizes, as well as a huge inventory of lab-grown diamonds. With custom goldsmiths right here in our store, your experience will be convenient, easy, and fun. Visit us at 3865 Elmore Avenue in Davenport or online at dolanjewelers.com.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
And now, Mark Brenny presents things you can and can't do on a Suzuki four-wheel ATV.
You can chase cows back to the barn. But you can't chase women back to the kitchen.
All right, mister. Here's your zucchini and tomato sandwich.
You can explore trails and backwoods, but you can't drive down Main Street. You can use it to haul away the firewood you just cut, but you can't get it from your neighbor's tree.
Hey, get out of my yard!
Suzuki ATVs are sure a lot of fun and can be the guest of honor at any family get-together. Let's talk about unemployment. Your boat is winterized and put away for the season. Your jet ski is in hibernation. Your snowmobile may or may not make it out at all this year, but your Suzuki four-wheeler will never be unemployed. A riding course is recommended and age restrictions do apply.
The year-round excitement's waiting for you at Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic, 4426 State Street, Bettendorf, across from Alcoa. Almost.
Hi, I'm Mike Ham with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Last week, Steelers GM Kevin Colbert said, "As we sit here today, Ben Roethlisberger is a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers." Well, now we have some clarity that he's going to remain in the Steel City. His agent, Ryan Tallner, spoke with NFL Network's Aditi Kinkhabwala Tuesday, stating that Roethlisberger will be back in Pittsburgh and will restructure his contract for the 2021 season. The quarterback accounts for a fifth of the team's cap space. The franchise tag window has opened to Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott could be tagged for a second straight season. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport says the Cowboys, though, they're so confident in Dak's rehab, they want to do a long-term deal with him now. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin, also a candidate for the franchise tag, shared his thoughts about returning to the Super Bowl champs on the Pat McAfee show, saying, quote, "I want to be in Tampa, but at the end of the day, I want to get paid too." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents How to Find Meal Fulfillment. First, order the delicious new rotisserie-style chicken bites from DQ. Then feast your eyes on these unbreaded, tender, juicy 100% white meat beauties. Next, take a bite of the bite. Realize that unbreaded chicken loaded with flavor is finally possible. And last, call your boss and ask for that promotion. You may have started last week, but hey, if chicken this good is possible, anything is possible. New rotisserie-style chicken bites are now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything to stay healthy and safe, like hand sanitizer, masks, and cleaning products, all in stock and priced low.
Staples has everything you need to keep your office, home office, or learning space clean and safe.
And now at Staples, spend $30 or more on anything in the store and get 2 8-ounce First Safety hand sanitizers free.
Staples, where your PPE is always in stock and priced low.
Ends 2/27/21 while supplies last. In-store only. Visit staples.com/free sanitizer for more details.
The biggest stars in sports are heard right here. Never miss a moment when you download our app. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back, Hasselmaniacs, and this is your favorite show to listen to from noon to 2 daily. Don't Hassle So Local, of course, on AM 1170 and live in Facebook world. So, Jay.
All right, before we went to break, I gave you the trivia question. Only 2 NFL teams have not had Pro Bowl quarterbacks
since 2000.
In this century. Yep. Hold on. I just want to don't guess anything yet. I just
won't.
Double make check. It's not like listed as a starter, voted start. It's just selected. Only 2 NFL teams have not had a quarterback selected to the Pro Bowl this century. You said that you feel like you can do this without getting the 3 strikes. Okay, there's been a lot of guesses out there in the Heritage Pub Facebook comment thread. All right.
So by process of elimination, I have to say Tampa Bay's had it with Brady. Kansas City's had it with Mahomes.
Well, Brady, they didn't have it this year.
Okay.
Or they haven't. They had it in a couple weeks. I don't know.
All right. Well,
okay.
I'm thinking that he's going to make it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I don't think Tampa Bay's.
You're working your way through it. I like this.
Working my way through it.
Okay.
Kansas City already had one. Buffalo has one, I believe. Green Bay, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
New Orleans, obviously. Baltimore, obviously. Cleveland, I think Mayfield made it.
Yep.
Okay. Pittsburgh, Big Ben. Tennessee, you could add Aaron McNair on that. Or Tannehill, one of the two. Colts, Andrew Luck. Washington, I believe, had RG3. Cowboys, Romo and Dak. Eli. Minnesota probably had a couple in there. New England, Brady. Arizona, probably Carson Palmer or Kurt Warner. Here's my first guess.
There's a little in between that I might have missed. But yeah, go on. What's your first guess?
All right, my first guess is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Coming out.
No?
Yeah.
Okay, my next guess.
Uh-huh.
My next guess. Oh, God. The Miami Dolphins.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yep. So, you got one more to go.
You were going to give me a hint.
I was going to give you a hint.
And is the hint that both teams were in the same division?
That was the hint. Look at you go.
And that it is the New York Jets.
It is the New York Jets indeed. Very good. The Jets' last Pro Bowl quarterback was Vinny Testaverde in 1998. And the last Dolphins, Dan Marino, 1995.
Yep.
Yeah. Good job.
Leftwich must have been a Pro Bowler or something. I
yeah,
can't.
Something like that for the Jags had to be. I was like thrown off. Like I did exactly what you did.
And that's why I had to guess what your hint was going to be.
Yeah.
Because if that wasn't the hint, then I was going with the Bears. But I thought maybe Sexy Rexy got a Pro Bowl.
Probably could have. Cutler had to make it in there too.
Cutler too.
He had a lot of garbage time. He's on my Pro Bowl for fantasy football.
And that's why I'm like, man. And then there was a couple other ones I had in there. I wasn't sure if the Raiders had one with Carr. So that's where I was like, I had it. I figured I could get it easily.
Well, the Raiders had one. Here's something. The Raiders had it in 2001, 2002. Rich Gannon was there. Was the MVP then.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until 2013 that they started giving a defensive, offensive MVP. So, but yeah, I mean, does anybody really? When you're a kid, you kind of pay attention to the Pro Bowl because you think it's neat. And then you realize that I think that's the first time I started seeing, like, now all the D-backs and everybody else, they'll play without, like, pads and their thighs and everything else. Yeah. Now they just, but back then, the first time you'd see that.
And that's why I guess Jacksonville first, because I figured either your hint was the teams are from the same state or they're from the same division.
Same division, yep. But yeah, I mean, that's when they got theirs in there. You know who got it who was the Jags in this one?
Was it Byron Leftwich?
Mark Bolger was an MVP of the Pro Bowl game. I believe Mark Bolger was playing for him then.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up. Well, that's probably not it because the AFC lost in that game. They lost 55-52. So Bolger was probably playing in 2004 for the Rams back then. Carson Palmer has been a Pro Bowl MVP. Matt Schaub has been a Pro Bowl MVP. This is so much fun. Kyle Rudolph is a Pro Bowl MVP. Jeez. Some of the stuff on here. I mean, I don't even care. All right. Last night.
The Rock.
Young Rock. They did what I wanted them to do.
David Garrard, maybe, for the Jaguars.
I think that might be it, yeah.
Good call, Brad.
So when we talked about the Rock pilot last week.
Right.
I said to you, this will be the next like family show that will go into syndication. Because it just crosses so many different areas, genres, if you will. And what they do is they do a Young Rock in 1982, 87, and then 1990. And then the other portion is him in 2032. He's fictionally running for the President of the United States. So he kind of does like a sit-down interview.
2032. Right.
2032. Yeah. So what I like is, and I said it yesterday, I go, where I hope this goes is that each episode is really just about one of the three Rocks instead of going back and forth, 82, 87, 1990. Do you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And they end up giving that to us. Last night was just all 1987. Him in high school, trying to fit in. You know, it's because he had moved around a lot or whatever else and struggling with some of the things. So, I mean, decent enough episode. It's good.
Dude, this Hans and Franz impersonation was great.
No, it was not.
Come on.
It was not good. But again, I think they had over 5 million viewers in the pilot, and the big thing now is to see how much it goes down. That's when you see from episode 1 to 2, that'll be the biggest judge of if I'm right on this or not.
You think it went down?
I don't know why it would have, to be honest with you. He's a major superstar in the movies. People, they don't even really, they know him as Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and wrestling fans know him as The Rock. So they know who he is, and So I think it just shows the background of what's going on. But I it's good enough. I think it will last. You know, I was all in on the Goldbergs, and now look where they're at. I think I was season 6 now, and so anything that throws you the nostalgia usually works out well, and especially when you throw. And last night,
the Zeke Cavrucci's,
huh?
The pants.
Did you see?
Were those Zeke Cavrucci's or were those Jabots? I didn't know those were Jabots.
I just got really excited because of the new wrestlers they brought in.
Well, Ric Flair.
There was Ric Flair.
Roddy Piper.
Is that the only one that they had? Yeah, just those two. Yeah, and he told the stories there, but then the guy that was in the flea market type of thing. So, no, it was a lot. It was a good job. It was a lot of fun. All right, before we went to you and I talked about this yesterday off the air. What is going to be the future with the NFL, DirecTV, and where they're at? Because every single deal that the NFL has for TV will be done either after 2021 or 2022. And I'll take you through the deals here in a second, okay? All right. Their deal with ESPN was an 8-year deal. The final season for that will be the 2021. The annual value of it was at $1.9 billion. The total value they got was $15.2. Fox's deal was 9 years in length. That will be up in 2022. NBC's deal was 9 years in length. That'll be up 2022. CBS's deal 2022, and Fox Thursday Night Football was a 5-year deal they signed in 2017. That'll be up in 2022. So, like I said, those deals, television deals, are set to expire. ESPN is the only one, if you listen, that's expiring after 2021. They're at a little standstill of what they think the value of these things is. The NFL has asked for $3.5 billion per year for Monday Night Football.
Oof.
Which would be a 75% increase over ESPN's current rate.
What's ESPN going to pay? 2.5?
2.4.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, which is 20% increase. I think what Disney, okay, who owns ESPN and ABC, what they're asking for actually justifies more the NFL than what Disney's saying.
Okay.
Disney's asking for it because I think they listen to the show.
Okay.
And we do work for Disney. Well, I guess we do a show. We don't work for them. We produce a show for Disney.
Yeah.
We're under the Mickey Mouse umbrella in a way, if you will.
Hey, everybody, it's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. So they must listen to the show.
Yeah.
Because ESPN and ABC, what Disney is, but who owns ESPN and ABC, is asking for doubleheader Monday night games. Yep. One would be on ABC, and one would be on ESPN.
Dreams have come true. She finally becomes folk singer.
Keep in mind also, the NFL is pushing to add an 18th game, 18th week.
Okay.
As soon as next season. Now, they'll have to go through the Players Association and whatnot, but most of the time it seems to work out for the NFL Players Association, NFL, which would mean an extra game for each broadcast partner. Kind of looks that way if you're getting doubleheader on a Monday night, changing the landscape of what we know as for our weekend of football, and they're adding another week. Disney might be in the right here for how much they think the value is.
On the 2.4?
No, they want to do the 3.5 billion per year.
Well, I thought the NFL wanted 3.5.
The NFL wants to ESPN. No, the NFL asked for 3.5. ESPN countered with 2.4.
And so you're saying ESPN's right?
No, I think NFL might be right because you're adding a doubleheader under the Disney umbrella, and you're adding an extra week.
Got it.
So, I mean, they're changing the way we're used to watching those things. Now, what you're more talking about is the DirecTV package.
Yeah. Well, they're basically getting, on their current package right now, ESPN's current package right now, they get, other than the first doubleheader, the first week of the season, all right? So that's 2 games. And then after that, they get another 16. So they're getting a total of 18 games for 1.5 million, or billion, you said, right? So now basically you're looking at, you're basically getting 34 games plus the extra week. So you're getting 30, you're doubling it.
Yeah.
36, you're doubling the games. It's going up to, if you double the games, you double it to 3 billion. And then, inflation.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, you're right. I'm with you. Math works.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Sports Business Journal's John Orand, that the ESPN has balked at NFL's early demands, which you add that extra game. That's like you said, 36 every through the entire season.
I bet they settle at $3 billion.
I would not be shocked. It's just going to be about year length. If ESPN's smart, well, they want to lock themselves in, but we don't know where streaming's going. Look where it's gone so fast. I mean, Netflix, obviously, they lead the streaming, but you know who's had a really, really good year? Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They had a really good year with their streaming. Now, as far as like the DirecTV package, that's a different story. That's
ticket.
The Sunday ticket, sorry. That's something we need to look at as owning a business, a bar, or whatnot. Is that advantageous for us anymore?
It's really close to not.
It's really expensive. And for those of you out there who don't know, you guys may get it. You may sign up for Dish. You may sign up for Direct. I don't know what it is that you do or streaming-wise. And they may give you like the Sunday package for the year. But, of course, that's usually how they get you. And then the next year, if you don't cancel it, they'll get you and it's the price. And you're looking at, I don't know, at home, I have no idea. Maybe 3 payments of $199. I have no idea. Maybe 3 payments of $99. I don't know. But when it comes to a tavern, when it comes to a bar, it comes by a number. It comes by your fire code, your fire capacity.
Yeah.
So it basically goes from 1 to 99, 100 to 199.
Well, actually, there's a smaller one too.
Well, most taverns, bars, restaurants aren't the small.
Yeah, but you got. I want to say there's one. It's 0 to 49 or whatever.
If you want to figure out how your favorite watering hole,
from there to 99.
If you want to figure out how your favorite watering hole has what their fire capacity is, just count how many seats there are and then times it by 25%.
Yeah,
and that's how you get your fire code and how they have it. But you said it yesterday. Majority of the fans are going to be Bears, Packers, Vikings.
Yeah,
and you're going to get and then.
You got your Steelers, you got your Cowboys.
But they're going to be on. They're going to be on. I mean, we do this every year when we look at the schedule, TV schedule, and I give you a hard time. Oh, look at the primetime games the Cowboys have. But I get it. Same with the Steelers. Same with the Patriots probably have fallen off a little bit. Same thing with Denver. A little bit. There's just some that just are going to be on more than others.
I mean, right now the Chiefs are going to be on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot more Chiefs fans around here than there have been in the past because they're popular and they're winning.
Now, there are certain places that you have a following. Like I know Caddy's has a huge Cleveland Browns fan section.
Right.
We don't really have that at Pints. I don't know, like at Harrington. I can't speak for Harrington's or Oscars. But it's not like we have people that come in every week to watch the Las Vegas Raiders.
Right.
You know, it's not like any strange thing like that. The Seattle Seahawks. Like, we don't get this at home. We need to come in for this. So that's what it really comes up with a different way to think about it, if we're going to continue to do it or not. Because they keep increasing the prices, and half the time this season we were at restricted seating.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter to them that we couldn't let people in. No. You know, they still wanted us to do it anyway. So no, it is something else. All right, let's take our second break of the hour. When we come back, we'll take a look at some lists, and we'll get ready for Joey to come in and join us. I want to talk to Joey. He's got a little fundraiser that he's putting together. And
while we're off air,
I
want everybody out there in Facebook land or listening in your car.
Sure.
What is the biggest sports dump
arena
you've ever been in?
I love this. This takes me back to the Dapper Crap days. All right, so what are the parameters for this? Like, what is the biggest sports dump you've ever been in, or is it current biggest sports dump?
Just ever been in. It could be renovated now. Maybe it was a dump then. It's not anymore.
Because some people are going to have some stories like they were, in Philadelphia or whatever else,
right.
1976 or whatever, that they could have or whatever. Like,
yeah, I just want to hear it. I want to hear nominations.
Okay, the biggest sports dump.
Yeah, like you walk in, you're like, oh man, it smells like piss in here.
I can name a few.
Yeah.
I can name a few off the top of my head that are not, they're not like that anymore, but there was a time where I don't think this is safe for me. I'm pretty sure there are rusty nails sticking out here that I'm going to need a tetanus shot, or if I ever have a kid, I'm never bringing him to this site. So the biggest sports dump, we come back here on Don't Hassle So Local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
Nice.
Says he's going to make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
Is this your favorite time of year for sports? I'll bet it is. Sports bettors, are you ready? Are you ready for $100 in free bets? That's right, $100 in free bets. You can now experience Iowa's premium sportsbook from the comfort of your own home. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit just $20. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. All in an easy-to-use app rated #1 on Trustpilot. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sportsbook for yourself. Download the PointsBet app now and sign up with code Iowa to get $100 in free bets when you deposit $20. That's $100 on your first $20 deposit. So, are you ready? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Comfort, efficiency, and peace of mind that you only get from Precision Air. The best in heating, AC, geothermal, and indoor air quality. The best equipment, the best service, and the best warranty. Sleep comfortably with a 10-year parts warranty on new furnace and AC units. And with financing available, your new Train home comfort system is waiting for you now. Trust the experience of your Train comfort specialists and call the masters of comfort and efficiency today at Precision Air of the Quad Cities. Online at PrecisionAirQC.com. Precision Air. We'll be right there.
Mike Greenberg. Green.
Kevin Colbert is the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you hear his comments about Ben Roethlisberger coming back? I mean, to call this a tepid endorsement would be an insult to tepid endorsements everywhere. I'm not a big believer in coincidences or accidents. I don't think almost anything is a coincidence, and I don't think almost anything happens by accident. Those words were purposefully chosen, and they were sending a message, a big message, to the fans and to Ben. The message to the fans is, you may not have this quarterback back next year. We are preparing you for the possibility that Ben Roethlisberger will no longer be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers going forward. And the message to Ben is exactly the same.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
We just expanded our lot at Weber Auto Group. What's that mean for you? Now's the time to buy. Bigger selection, better deal, lower prices. Plus the Weber warranty. And every car we sell gets our 52-point inspection. So call us, visit our website, or better yet, come see us in our new showroom in Silvis. Weber Auto Group, your 5-star dealer.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Serge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere, and like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Hey Quad Cities, this is Kim from Berry Global, a Fortune 400 packaging company. I have some exciting news. We are hiring technical and entry-level employees at our injection molding facility right here in Bettendorf. Berry offers an impressive benefits package which includes medical, dental, vision, 401k match, company-paid life and disability insurances, along with competitive wages and profit-sharing bonus. If being a part of an awesome team interests you, visit berryglobal.com to apply. That is BERRY Global.com. Still looking for more information about Berry? Just say, Alexa, tell me about Berry Global.
Shanae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Welcome back, everybody, to Don't Hassle Us Local, AM 1170. Thanks for tuning in today.
We're going to be joined by KWQC TV6 Joey Danya here soon. But before we get there, it's funny that you brought that up because I do have like 2 sets of lists that I was going to go over with you and Joey when he was in here in the second hour.
Okay.
But you have a different list because you just saw it, and it actually is a decent question, and I think it's funny. And so you proposed that we talk about the biggest sports dumps.
Yeah.
Like you just are like not the Houston sports world, not a dumpster fire.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
just arena.
I feel like a lot of things in the Houston Texans too.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens with Deshaun Watson, it's not going to look good for them. The person that's in charge of everything right now is I don't know what's going on down in Houston, and so I feel bad for those fans down there. The biggest dumps.
All right, where's Eddie at? It's the football field that he played football at, and we played junior high football. We had the locker room.
Well, I know this is like nostalgic for you, but I need to know like something that everybody knows, though.
Dude, Wrigley Field before they renovated it.
I was just messaging a friend.
Wrigley was bad. It's a lot better now.
Does the idea of like just the history and how iconic it is overshadow that?
Sloan Wallace is the one I was thinking about.
I agree with you, and I want to say it, but then I just think the history and being iconic overshadows it.
Before they started renovating and getting it was pretty bad.
Do you ever remember that video that went viral of that dude who did like a complete like a slip and slide down the trough in that place?
Yeah.
That was gross.
Yeah.
Okay. It kills me, but I do agree with it. I had a lot of good times in this place. Never once did I ever sit there and say like I'm so fortunate to be able to be present here, but it is the Metrodome. The Metrodome, I mean, they basically, if you want to call it dumps, we called it the Metro Dump. It just never really felt like you're at a sporting event very much, you know. The only good thing they have for them, and I don't know how many people would know this that are on listening on the radio out there, listening on the app or hearing just about Facebook comment. They had this place called the Rally Room. It was somewhere hidden in between right center. All right, so because you've been in a dome before, it kind of just goes in a circle, right? But like not a lot of people, they're going from left field to right field, walking back and forth. They don't really do the whole circle, all right? So if you got behind the circle part of right center field, there's a place called the Rally Room. It was a bar in the Metrodome. It's exactly the way you think it would be when the Metro Dump is built in the 70s. Like, do you remember? We'll do this nostalgia. You remember the Blackhawk Hotel in Cedar Falls?
Ugh.
They had a bar in there that had like carpet on the walls, like shag carpeting on the walls. Like that was the Rally Room. Like everyone, so this, you got to put this at early 2000s. People just pulling heaters left and right. Like you made, just like a gambling casino. You made the turn, you knew you were close because the cigarette smoke was coming. But if you got there in the 7th inning, it was 2-for-1 beers. But you couldn't leave the Rally Room with them. So you had like an inning to like chug beers as fast as you could. I would just feel sick afterwards. I don't slam beers. I don't do anything like that. I've never been one to like, we have things to Erickson. We have a beer bong or whatever else. I've done that before, but I've never shotgunned a beer before. And that's not true. I have, but it's not like something I do. But you would just chug them because you take off of the Rally Room. I'm not upset that the place is gone. So the Metrodome is up there for me.
All right. Metrodome. Anybody out there?
Hold on. Listen, there was a while there, and there was a while there where I would have same thing for the the type of restrooms and troughs and everything else. I felt that way about a little while about Kinnick before they made their renovations.
Kinnick?
Oh yeah. It was the same thing. The lines were super long to get in the restroom. Lines were super long to get food and everything else. But now they've made renovations, and now I wouldn't say that at all. Let's see. What else? I mean, you can throw anything after that. Like, I mean, you can go back to the old game, like
the old Waterloo Indian Stadium was pretty bad.
Fulton County Stadium where Milwaukee played.
Yeah. Trying to think.
But no, I mean, like, I've never been to Fenway. Someone brought up he feels the same way about Fenway, but just must be the idea of
it's just old.
Yeah, just the whole iconic and everything else. But it's still one of those things that's on my bucket list to go to.
Yeah, I mean, Wrigley, the first time I ever went, I just wasn't impressed. I was like, okay.
Did anyone write anything on Twitter? Like, give us any examples?
No Twitter examples yet. So unless someone's coming through on Facebook Live,
I don't know. I can't say anything bad about the Tax Slayer. The only thing I can say about is they're not open. They're still going to be hosting the MVC Girls Tournament or whatever else. Erickson just said Wharton Fieldhouse. I wouldn't know. I think I wrestled there once, but I don't remember it too much. Yeah. But the Tax Slayer Center is a nice enough place, but we don't get to go there. The only reason I was looking is because Iowa Event Center in Des Moines hosting the world's toughest rodeo, and you know me, I want to know when that's coming back. So either way, I can hang out with Whiplash, the rodeo monkey, or they allow me to be a rodeo clown.
I think you're gonna be a rodeo clown.
I think I'm gonna be a rodeo clown too. So, you know what I've been up there, but when they made the new Comiskey, now it's guaranteed rate field,
right?
Which, by the way, we're now an affiliate. We have their games on ESPN when the season starts. For a while, they had to change it because I was told the upper deck. Actually, when I met the assistant to Jerry Reinsdorf, whatever else. That was the game, the 163 against the White Sox. They said that the upper deck, the stairs were at almost a 90-degree angle. Like, it was scary going down because for fear that if you tripped, you were just going straight down over and over again. So, Anderson, I'm with you with Assembly Hall in Champaign. Not a fan of it, but I can't say too much about it. There one time, and I was already annoyed enough. Jim Mills says, hey, T-Roy, McElroy Auditorium way back in the day.
Oh, God, yes. It was bad. Real
Old Brady
bad.
Stadium. Erickson says Old Brady Street Stadium. No, it's still there. It's still not good. Sorry, guys. Sorry at the Downport Community School District and St. Ambrose football. I no apologies there. I'm sorry. I don't really mean sorry. It's not. Yeah, it was. It's not good to sit there. It's not good for the fans. It's the locker rooms are terrible. The concessions are terrible, and the only thing they got going for them is like turf or whatever else. So, but as far as, let's see, that's baseball. Target Center's nice. I've never been up to see a Bulls game.
Right.
And I've never seen a hot Blackhawks game there.
I didn't hear a lot from Huggy last night either, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Huggy?
So, I don't know, but there's got to be those old stadiums back in the day that just had to be hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
People, yes, all right, Erickson can throw that in there. Northwestern's football field is a
five-season center.
5-season center I've been in for a few times.
Yeah.
State volleyball, state dual wrestling, a dual wrestling tournament, and NWO sold out in 1997 wrestling pay-per-view. So
you were on TV, weren't you?
Yeah, briefly. Yep. So,
never been on TV before.
I wonder what else is up there though, like professional-wise. Is there anything right now? I mean, because everything's state of the art now. Is there any place that people are like, this has got to be changed immediately? And I just don't know. But those places, obviously, we're going to know more because of geographical reasons. But those places that are near and dear to people's hearts, Wrigley, you have to peel back. Hey, you want to talk about smells like pee, and you didn't know, and leaking and rusty nails sticking out, and you're going to get a tetanus shot and leaking from whatever else. John O'Donnell used to be that way when I was a kid. Yeah. John O'Donnell was not a safe place to be, and it wasn't a lot of fun.
No.
To me, it was great to go to the games with my grandparents or whatever else, but yeah, it was. It's
a far cry from what it is now.
Oh, hands down. I mean, instead of the gutters, so John O'Donnell, you remember, now you go into John O'Donnell, you have to go up the stairs to get in there.
Yeah.
John O'Donnell, you could get on street level.
Yeah.
And then you went to different areas. But they didn't put, the gutters on the outside. The gutters were still on the inside where you walked in, so the rainwater or whatever, snow melting would be, like basically coming down in the middle where you're walking to go to the restroom or whatever else. Now it's a gorgeous park, and and so congratulations for them for doing that and putting that together. There was a Zoom meeting today with the Royals and the River Bandits that I missed. I'm interested to ask them something, the Royals, and we'll just do this briefly before we get Joey and we'll take a break. But I'm interested to ask them because they also have the Omaha Royals. I wonder, and so now with the new way the minor leagues are set up, I know we're going to get like first-round draft picks right away. We'll get high-level rookies, not rookies in the major league. But I wonder if, because we're close now, if there's any shot that we have any rehab assignments here in the Quad Cities, or if they're all just going to go to Omaha. And that's what I was going to ask them, if I could get on to the Zoom with them and talk to the Royals and say, like, what's the shot that we do this? Because this is the first time we're going to see in a long time. I mean, usually the biggest prospect we've had down here was Carlos Correa, and then before that, Joe Mauer. And that was right after they got drafted.
Right. So,
and we rarely have seen any type of, like, rehab assignments down here that have been anything, like, too crazy, too. So... and that's why last year or 2 years ago I wrote that open letter about getting Jose Altuve here, why it made sense and everything else. So I wonder if that's gonna open us up at all. But we're gonna bring in Joey Donia from KWQC TV6 here in just a minute. We have to take a quick break here at ESPN 1170 AM. We will be right back. Don't hassle us for local.
Locally owned since 1934, Tri-City Equipment has been your source for restaurant equipment and value ever since. If you need anything, maybe it's a home cook, or you just want to cater and vent at your house, get a hold of them online at tricityequipment.com or stop down to 527 West 4th Street to look at their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they do deliver to all Quad City residents and they match online pricing. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382 if you have any questions. Showroom hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Tri-City Equipment, located at 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
The Rock says he's gonna make your Rudy Poo candy ass famous.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Randall, the QC hot dog guy. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
We're talking with Mark Brenny, owner of Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf, who seems to be quite happy. Hey, Mark, what's up?
I'm in love. Spring is in the air, the birds are singing, my heart is filled with joy, and all is fine with the universe.
Oh, so what's her name?
Her name is Eliminator.
Isn't she one of those dancers out in Mount Joy?
Heck no. A woman? Get real. My Kawasaki ZL600 Eliminator never goes shopping, doesn't nag, never has a headache, and is always ready to ride when I want to.
Come on, are those the only comparisons you can make?
Well, unlike a woman, my Kawasaki loves it when I hit the gas. Oops.
Mark!
All right, well, see, I told you.
Find your new love in a Kawasaki motorcycle at Brenny's Motorcycle Clinic at 4426 State Street, Bettendorf, across from the Alcoa Gas Company. Almost.
Oh, man, here we go again. Up early, feed the dog, out the door, traffic, at the office, boss in some kind of mood today, no time for lunch, annoying coworker, no time to relax, bedtime. Then we gotta do it all again? No way. Because the best way to break up the mundane every day is to play at Wild Rose Casino and Resort. Slots, tables, sports, and a whole lot of perks when you join and play with your Club Wild card. So, let's play. Wild Rose Casino and Resort, Clinton.
The sale you've all been waiting for is finally here. It's Tyson's Mega Tool Sale. Add a Milwaukee M18 high-torque impact wrench to your arsenal and save $100. Add versatility to your tool belt with the Milwaukee M18 Oscillating Multi-Tool Kit. Now $70 off. Save $15 on a 20-piece mechanics tool set. These deals won't last forever, so head to your local Tyson's today or shop from the comfort of home at Tysons.com. Tyson's, home, farm, auto.
Comfort, efficiency, and peace of mind that you only get from Precision Air. The best in heating, AC, geothermal, and indoor air quality. The best equipment, the best service, and the best warranty. Sleep comfortably with a 10-year parts warranty on new furnace and AC units. And with financing available, your new Train home comfort system is waiting for you now. Trust the experience of your Train comfort specialists and call the masters of comfort and efficiency today at Precision Air of the Quad Cities. Online at PrecisionAirQC.com. Precision Air. We'll be right there.
Hi, I'm Mike Ham with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Last week, Steelers GM Kevin Colbert said, "As we sit here today, Ben Roethlisberger is a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers." Well, now we have some clarity that he's going to remain in the Steel City. His agent Ryan Tallner spoke with NFL Network's Aditi Kinkhabwala Tuesday, stating that Roethlisberger will be back in Pittsburgh and will restructure his contract for the 2021 season. The quarterback accounts for a fifth of the team's cap space. The franchise tag window has opened to Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott could be tagged for a second straight season. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport says the Cowboys, though, they're so confident in Dak's rehab, they want to do a long-term deal with him now. Buccaneers wide receiver Chris Godwin, also a candidate for the franchise tag, shared his thoughts about returning to the Super Bowl champs on the Pat McAfee show, saying, quote, "I want to be in Tampa, but at the end of the day, I want to get paid too." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
DQ presents How to Find Meal Fulfillment. First, order the delicious new rotisserie-style chicken bites from DQ. Then feast your eyes on these unbreaded, tender, juicy 100% white meat beauties. Next, take a bite of the bite. Realize that unbreaded chicken loaded with flavor is finally possible. And last, call your boss and ask for that promotion. You may have started last week, but hey, if chicken this good is possible, anything is possible. New rotisserie-style chicken bites are now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What's in store this week at Staples?
Everything to stay healthy and safe, like hand sanitizer, masks, and cleaning products, all in stock and priced low.
Staples has everything you need to keep your office, home office, or learning space clean and safe.
And now at Staples, spend $30 or more on anything in the store and get 2 8-ounce First Safety hand sanitizers free.
Staples, where your PPE is always in stock and priced low.
Ends 2/27/21 while supplies last. In-store only. Visit staples.com/free sanitizer for more details.
All the sports you need, right here. The Quad Cities sports leader is ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport, a Town Square media station.
Welcome back, Hasslemaniacs, to the favorite show of yours in the Quad Cities. Don't hassle so local, AM 1170. And joining us in studio from KWQC, you might recognize the face and the voice, Joey Danya.
Hello, Quad Cities.
Look at that. That's great.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Company
That's why
man
he's
right
a
there.
professional. Yeah, he knows
sure
what
is.
he's doing. Oh, man, I just threw me for a curveball right
That
there.
was
I'm right
solid.
out firing with the Hello Quad Cities. You're the best. Joey, how are things going up there? Well, you're down the road at KWQC TV6.
Things are going really well. It's just great to have sports back. Obviously, a year ago at this time, we were just about to enter this gauntlet of COVID-19 and to start to see, some of that light at the end of the tunnel and that sort of a thing. Talking with the River Bandits this morning about, their season opener coming up here in May. Just driving by Modern Woodman Park, really a sight for sore eyes right now.
Now, the thing is, with you, the spring sports is a little bit different than the fall sports, all right? And a little bit different than your winter, because in the fall, that the volleyball games are on Tuesday and Thursday, the football games are on Friday, and some are on Saturday afternoon. So you kind of have a schedule. If they're same thing, a cross-country meet's going to be like on a Thursday, so you kind of know. Man, for the spring, and now they've just added in basketball, and now they're going to do football. But you guys at one point can be doing a track meet, a soccer game, tennis, on both sides, and now they're throwing in extra sports. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but there's also a little headache coming your way too, my friend.
Yeah, in terms of busyness, this will be unlike anything I've ever seen. So, we're going to have to be all hands on deck, and it'll be really fun to be doing a Friday night football show, in March and April. It'll be pretty cool.
Keep you and Scooby busy.
We need that. We need those inches and inches of snow to melt. We need more 40-degree days out to get this going here.
Yeah, I was out at the St. Vincent Center last weekend for St. Ambrose's home football opener, and it was nothing short of miserable to be out there. That was when the sleet started coming down.
Oh man, yeah.
It was rough.
And then on top of that, you're taking on a fundraiser opportunity here. What do you got going on?
Yeah, so this Saturday night, I'm going to be taking part in an event called Shine On Quad Cities. It's going to be held at the Eldridge Community Center, and what it is it's kind of like a if you've ever seen the show Dancing with the Stars, it's kind of like that. They put about a dozen of us amateur dancers, and they pair us with professional dancers. We learn a dance routine, we perform it, and then money from all of the tickets that we're selling is going to go to benefit local businesses and nonprofits right here in the Quad Cities. And those local businesses are local businesses like so many of the local businesses here that have been hurt by COVID-19. So just a really fun event to raise a lot of money for a great cause.
So can people go to that, or do they have to watch it, stream it?
Yeah, so there are two options.
Okay.
You can either join us remotely by watching on Zoom. Those tickets are $30, or you can join us in person by coming out to the Eldridge Community Center. Those tickets are $60, and it included with your ticket is a cocktail hour with free beer and wine and appetizers from the Phoenix, and that will start at 6 o'clock.
Oh, that's great. And I apologize if you already mentioned what are you dancing for, your charity?
My charity is the King's Harvest No-Kill Animal Shelter. It's just one of a few dozen no-kill shelters in Iowa, and I've had tremendous support from friends and family that I've reached out to, and I have no doubt I'm going to be able to raise a lot of money for the King's Harvest Animal Shelter. So anybody that's interested in buying a ticket, ballroombynick.com, just enter my name, and then money from your ticket sale will go to benefit the animal shelter.
How many people are competing in this?
There's about a dozen of us.
Okay. How did you get involved in this?
So I'm just friends with my professional partner, and she invited me to come out and take part in this, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm not good at all, but
oh, come on, Joey.
They're making.
I heard you sing karaoke. I know you got some rhythm.
Yeah,
you got some rhythm.
Singing karaoke and dancing are two completely separate things, but it's been a lot of fun, and they're going to make me look good. At least I hope.
How much have you been practicing?
We practice every week, and we've been doing this since October, because the show was initially supposed to be in December, and then Governor Reynolds tightened up a lot of the COVID-19 restrictions. We weren't able to do the show, so now we're going to do it here this Saturday night.
Well, I'm glad. The show must go on.
What other celebrities are you going against? Who do you know?
Who's
your competition?
You haven't scouted it out?
I've seen some of the competition, and I will say that if they put together some power rankings, I would definitely be at the bottom of these power rankings. A lot of these contestants that I've seen, I'm not so sure they're amateurs, because they look pretty good to me, and I've got my work cut out for me for sure.
I'm going to look this up.
You got a list, Jay?
I got 2020. I don't have... Well, that was supposed to be December, right? So would this be the...
Yeah, I can probably find a list here.
I don't want to pull it up, and maybe it just is 2020. They just haven't updated it, but this is just on a Facebook event, so our post. So we'll see. I'll be able to pull up the date soon here and see what it says. And that's February 29th. No, I don't think that's it. If you get the list, I want to know who it is.
All right, I will work on this for you.
That's great. Do you know what song are you dancing to? Is it anything fun?
Or do you can't let it?
Oh yeah, maybe you don't want to tell us.
I'll tell you.
Oh, the breaking!
You know
breaking news.
Let's.
Yeah. We gotta leave something out there for people to pay the $30 or $60. And besides that, we don't want whoever the people are to kind of have an idea.
How about
what you're
a
gonna...
hint though? What style music is it?
It's apparently called the salsa.
Okay.
So I'm learning how to salsa, and we'll see how it goes. But I also did want to mention our professional sports teams here in the Quad Cities. They've been very generous in helping me raise money for the King's Harvest Animal Shelter, and we're also doing a silent auction at the event on Saturday night. And the Quad City Storm, the Steam Wheelers, and the River Bandits have all donated some really cool packages that we're going to be auctioning off, and all of the money that is raised from auctioning off those items will go to the King's Harvest Animal Shelter.
Oh, that's great that they pitched in for that.
Absolutely. Really can't say enough about how thankful and grateful I am for their generosity.
Couple things. Well, and we definitely want to come back because we want to keep promoting this. But you mentioned you obviously you were listening on the way up the hill about the biggest dumps that we think about in sports, and you brought up the Keys Center, and which makes sense because why else would the Supersonics want to leave? And but do you think possibility if they expand that Seattle will have an NBA team?
If they do, they've got to do something with Key Arena, because I think it was 4 or 5 years ago when the Hawkeyes were playing out there in the NCAA tournament, and the moment I walked into the arena, I was like, it felt like I had just stepped back in time to like the disco era. I mean, I was expecting Jackie Moon and the Flint Tropics to come running out of the tunnel or something. That place, it looked like it hadn't been touched since disco.
Don't you want to love me sexy?
No, that's fantastic. And then we've had you on a couple times before. We know you're a big fan of Drake University. And they had a good run there at the beginning, and it's kind of fell off a little bit. But how do you feel about the Drake basketball program right now, where it's at this portion of the season?
Anytime Drake basketball is in the conversation for an NCAA tournament bid, I feel like a kid on Christmas. So I'm feeling elated right now. They haven't been to the Big Dance since 2008, and they unfortunately have had 2 starters go down within the last 3 weeks. Our leading scorer, and then just recently, a few days ago, our starting point guard. We might get our leading scorer back for the NCAA tournament. Our starting point guard is out for the season, but they've still been able to win. So as long as they keep winning, they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. If it started right now, they would be in, no doubt. Got 2 games left this weekend in Peoria at Bradley, and then the NCAA, and then the Missouri Valley tournament. So I think they're going to be all right and get to the NCAA tournament. If we get our leading scorer back, who knows what could happen. Maybe they could make a really nice run.
And then, like you said, Lenardi has Iowa. They have them in the same bracket as Iowa. Those will change with us. But that'd be pretty cool if you were to go cover Iowa, but you got to do that too.
Yeah, it would be kind of hard for me to be professional and cover unbiased. I used to work in Des Moines as a sportscaster, and I get so into Drake basketball. There were times where I wanted to throw my camera onto the court because I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
So it's I guess it was probably a good thing that I came out here so I wouldn't really cover Drake basketball anymore and have to deal with that.
There are certain things you learn and you try not to do. And you asked me before we went on the air how Des Moines was. And I got caught up in one match where I said that's stalling. And then I looked over at the guy who doesn't know me, and I was like, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm not supposed to be saying that, but I was like, clearly that's stalling. And then I was like, I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. I'm Matt's side. I should not be saying these things. So, yeah, so you can get caught up sometimes.
Yeah, it's always funny when it happens, too. I've seen it happen a lot in the press boxes, you know, especially those big games like the Cy-Hawk games. I've seen that happen up in the press box many times.
The number one thing, when we first met Kakert from Hawkeye Report.
You yelled at Kakert at something.
Oh, that was about I yelled at Kakert earlier in the game this year because the over-under got beat because Iowa turned the ball over with 4 seconds left, and I forget the team right now. I think it's Southern something. And the guy took 4 steps over the half-court line and launched the ball, and the 3 went over to cover the over-under by half a point. So I had this, my voice cracked, and no one's in there at Carver, and it's just most people in the area are in the press row area, and my voice cracked, and I look over, and I go, Kakert, the over-under! And he looks over at me, and then everyone else kind of scrambles to look what the over-under was, and I was like, oh wait, I don't know if we're supposed to be talking about this right now. I don't know if we're good on gambling yet. I know for a while there the media didn't talk about it, but now it's in our vernacular all the time. But yeah, I got super duper excited about the over-under getting hit off of that.
Yeah, and as you should. I mean, we're only human, right? It's hard to just be completely professional sometimes. I remember one time when the Cubs got swept by the Mets in the NLCS in 2015,
Yep.
Channel 6 sent me out to Wrigley Field to cover it, and it was Game 4. They get swept. It's pouring down rain outside of Wrigley Field. I'm standing out there miserable because I'm a very devoted Cubs fan, and I'm like, it's just never going to happen for us. And there's rain streaming down my face. And after my live shot, my boss texted me, and he said, "Are you all right? You don't seem well." I was like, "I'm not
No,
good."
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm forcing my way through this as we speak. So
the rain is hiding my tears.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes me feel better. No, that's fantastic. All right, so I do have Yeah, I got a question for you. I thought about this. We're going to do a couple more lists with you. And this one might be off the top. You'd be like, I don't know. I have to think about this. But what are the best dancing movies?
Ooh.
Well, obviously Dirty Dancing.
All right.
With you there.
I think
I've got a list
that's
in
the
my
clear-cut number one.
I think Dirty Dancing. I disagree.
Well, Footloose has got to be up there.
That's where I have Footloose number one.
Okay.
All right, so if I did a list or whatever else, but yeah.
Trying to think what other dancing movies are there. Oh, Saturday Night Live?
Oh, that's
Or not
Saturday Night
Fever.
Fever.
Saturday Night Fever. Why did I say live? Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's a killer to me. I actually, so my original one, and I messaged a friend.
What about Grease?
Well, okay. There's dancing in Grease because it's a musical.
Okay.
But the real dancing part of it is anywhere from 7 to 9 minutes, really.
Okay, then we'll
And
take
I understand
Grease
that
out. It's too much John Travolta. I get it.
Well, the other thing is there's a movie called Girls Just Want to Have Fun that has Sarah Jessica Parker, and they're trying to get on like an American Bandstand type of thing.
Don't remember it.
Yeah, see, if it doesn't get there. Hairspray, is that too much of a musical?
Never heard of it.
All right, here's some other ones that have been suggested.
Okay.
All right, Save the Last Dance with Julia Stiles.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Julia Stiles. The movie I kind of felt.
Love her.
I kind of just felt it was too cliche-ish. And when I say cliche-ish, it's the protagonist has a passion, but their biggest supporter or their reason behind their passion is no longer with them. So they lose their passion, and then someone comes along and instills a passion, and they overcome. It was very cliche-ish. But I like Julia Stiles, so I'll let it slide.
What about
I always liked this movie called Honey with Jessica Alba.
Okay.
Just because Jessica Alba was in it. I dated.
I'm okay with that.
I dated a gal who was a dancer in high school, and I remember she was like, "Do you want to watch Honey?" And I was like, "I would love to watch Honey with you."
Yeah, I would definitely love to. All right. Now, on the opposite, if you would say that to the person and said, "Do you want to watch Magic Mike?"
That is a dancing movie, Jay.
It's definitely a dancing movie.
Now that you bring it up,
yeah.
What was the one with the chick from Saved by the Bell?
Showgirls.
Shit, she played the stripper.
That's definitely a dancing movie.
Jesse Spano.
That's right.
Yes, that's one. What's the one with Demi Moore where she plays a stripper?
Is that Striptease?
Yeah, perfect.
We've gone from dancing to strip movies.
Well, they're dancing.
It's dancing.
And they've got to practice too.
Yeah.
And it takes some type of like athletic feat to like hang upside down from those poles.
This might be a stretch.
Sounds like it, but I'm all right.
Wrestling is a dance as well.
No.
It is. And what about the wrestler with
No.
because she's a dancer in that too, Marissa Tomei.
Saturday Night Fever got in there, and I don't know how that escaped me. The other ones have been suggested. Step Up. You Got Served.
Oh! Yeah, You Got Served.
All right. I'm still sticking with Footloose at 1.
And wasn't there a movie about like one of those colleges dance where they do the professional dance? Wasn't there a movie about that? I know there was a documentary on Netflix about it. But you know what I'm talking about, where the college dance teams, they do the competitive team dance. Wasn't there a movie about
Do you get
one?
yelled at like by your coach for dancing like Patrick Swayze yells at Baby or whatever else and says like no spaghetti arms or anything? Or eyes up here?
Thank goodness my choreographer and my partner are really patient with me. And, it's funny. It sometimes reminds me of like back from like, playing like high school football or something when you just can't get a play right and you're just so frustrated. But, they just kind of build you up and get you through it until you can figure it out.
When you win, I got your speech. You ready?
Yeah.
You say nobody puts Joey in the corner.
Oh.
And then drop the mic.
That's it. Yeah.
You're done.
I'd like to thank King's Harvest Shelter, No Kill Shelter, the people who came out supported me, the River Bandits, Steam Wheelers, everyone. And just finally, nobody puts Joey in the corner. Boom. Walk off.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I would. Oh man.
As a matter of fact, when you're done with your dance, just grab the microphone right there and take your acceptance speech without the results coming in. And then once you say nobody puts Joey in the corner, then everyone's going to be like, I got to vote for him. The judges. And if they don't, then we'll bring the judges on and ask them what their problem was.
Yeah.
We'll bring them on.
We'll harass them.
Yeah.
Fortunately for this, the winner is all determined by whoever sells the most tickets. So I actually have a chance with that, because if it was based on pure talent alone, I would have no chance. But
you hear that,
it's all about who raises the most for their local nonprofit or local business.
I guess that's a good thing.
I've got a
it's
shot.
all about focusing on that stuff
That's
and
good.
not the competition, which, I mean, but we like that part too. All right, I'm at Footloose, Dirty Dancing, Saturday Night Fever,
Save the Last Dance,
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. I'm with you. That's a good top 5.
That's a good top 5. Save the Last Dance gets to go, but yeah, it's in there. I don't know if there's any others out there, but like I said, the musical ones, you can kind of throw in dancing and everything, but this is about dancing. I think just Footloose.
And I wish I had seen Honey, because I really feel like I would like Honey.
You would.
I feel like I would have liked Honey too.
Joey said you would.
I don't remember anything about it except that Jessica Alba's in it.
That's all you had to say. Yeah. That's all you had to say. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some more sports with Joey, talk again about the Shine On QC that's coming on this Saturday night. That'll be at the Eldridge Community Center. If you're going there, you can get tickets. They're $60. Doors open at 6. There's a VIP wine, beer, and everything else out there. If you're doing it online, you can sign up as well. There is a Facebook page, and we'll share all that stuff and all that good stuff. But we're going to take a break. Be right back with Joey from KWQC TV6 here on ESPN 1170 AM. Don't hassle us for local.
Hey, Quad Cities, I'm telling you what, you do not need social media to tell you where you're going to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or where you're going to grab some lunch. All you need is your Locals Love Us guide. It has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help you find what you're looking for, or grab your smartphone and go to localsloveus.com. You click on Quad Cities, and then you browse favorites. It's easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. So please check it out. That's Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that?
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
One of the things I love about betting on basketball is I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called a same game parlay bet, and you can only find them on FanDuel. I'm always using same game parlay on the money line, over-under, and point spread. And right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back each day if your parlay falls one leg short with same-game parlay insurance. You heard that right, every day. That's why I bet on FanDuel. Ease of use, easy to register, easy to deposit, easy to find your bet. Fast withdrawals when you win. FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 24 hours. Live betting. Easy to place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. So just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today to try a same-game parlay and use promo code Trevor at sign-up. That is promo code Trevor. 21 plus and present in Iowa. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Mike Greenberg. Green.
Kevin Colbert is the general manager of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you hear his comments about Ben Roethlisberger coming back? I mean, to call this a tepid endorsement would be an insult to tepid endorsements everywhere. I'm not a big believer in coincidences or accidents. I don't think almost anything is a coincidence, and I don't think almost anything happens by accident. Those words were purposefully chosen, and they were sending a message, a big message, to the fans and to Ben. The message to the fans is, you may not have this quarterback back next year. We are preparing you for the possibility that Ben Roethlisberger will no longer be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers going forward. And the message to Ben is exactly the same.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
Recently, Total Wireless helped Charlie Michelle stage a virtual dance recital for her friends and family.
This event was super meaningful to them.
Because when you move to Total Wireless, you can get amazing devices on nationwide 5G. And with unlimited plans starting at $25 a month, you could save up to $1,200 a year.
Thank you, Total Wireless, for helping me pull this off.
Total Wireless. Do amazing. Compatible 5G device required. 5G network in limited areas. Month equals 30 days. Savings claim made when compared to 4-line postpaid plans of leading carriers 10-20-20. See terms and conditions at TotalWireless.com.
Chrissy is refinancing her home, so she shopped around for the lowest rate and found it at Amerisave.com, setting her up for a lifetime of savings. It's one decision she'll never regret, unlike wearing tap shoes to a surprise party.
Sorry, guys.
guys. Just trying to find the perfect hiding place.
Pretty regrettable, Chrissy. Unlike finding that low mortgage rate at Amerisave.com that's got you on your way to a lifetime of savings. Amerisave's rates won't be this low forever, so go to Amerisave.com now. Lower mortgage rates mean higher savings. Call 866-5146 or visit Amerisave.com/licensing for cost information, terms, and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all states except New York. NMLS number 1168.
Hey, Quad Cities, it's Jaybird with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Get your local sports talk 12 to 2 with me, T-Roy, Bomber, and Serge. Download the station app to listen to us anywhere. And like us on social media to join in the conversation. Plus, when you sign up to be an ESPN Insider, you'll get access to all of our great contests and everything that's going on at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. We are the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
AmeriFile Tax Centers has the best tax prep deal in town. Taxes prepared for half the price of the other guys. And you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, or fresh blend smoothies. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile to schedule your tax appointment today and save.
We always use drive-through windows for fast food and banking. Now the Quad Cities has drive-through taxes with AmeriFile. Don't let COVID delay your tax refund this year. For the safest way to get your taxes done, use AmeriFile's drive-through tax service in Moline and Davenport. Stay safe in your car. Drop your tax stuff off, and your taxes are prepared contact-free. Go to AmeriFile.com or call AmeriFile 762-8087.
Join the conversation. Follow ESPN 1170 AM on Facebook and Twitter. The Quad Cities sports leader is ESPN 1170.
Thanks for still being there. Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us Local. Joey Donnie's still in the house talking about his upcoming event.
Yeah,
raising some money for the King's Harvest.
It got moved. Originally, you said it was in December, right?
Correct.
It's been moved to February this weekend, and a lot of things got moved. And I know it's got to be stressful for you guys. And it's one of those things like we've talked about. So much stuff got moved starting in the fall, and we'll just stick with football there. And eventually they allowed cross country, but the Illinois side they deemed certain levels where you're at, and we're learning more and more that it's not on surfaces, and if we're actually outdoors, it's quite all right to be participating in these sports. So maybe not so much volleyball when they moved it, and the idea that they had to push back basketball. Although I'm a fan of the sport, you can't convince me that wrestling is sanitary to do that, but they had it. What did you hear from some of the coaches? Was everybody just kind of like, we're just going to give whatever they take us, like it's like the ones in the Illinois? Or did you get any type of pushback? And obviously you don't have to say any names or anything like that, but was there frustration, or was there like, we just got to do what we got to do?
There was a combination of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
There were definitely coaches that you could tell they were incredibly frustrated, and it's because these coaches, they care so much about the kids that they're coaching, and when opportunities are being taken away from those kids that they might never get back, and probably never will get back, if the situation in Illinois where just a few weeks ago it was looking like the basketball players were never going to get the opportunity to play this season. And you think about the kids that were seniors, that those are opportunities you'll never get back.
Well,
so
it's ruining recruiting possibilities too, because you got the growth of a player from one year to the next, and people, I guess people that aren't involved in what we all do don't actually realize that.
Yeah, so you absolutely, completely understand all of that frustration, but at the end of the day, all of the coaches seem to understand that it's well beyond their control, and like you said, you just kind of have to do what you're told to do, and try and be as positive about it as you can.
Yeah.
Well, and going back to T-Ray, like you said, recruiting, because that's what I was thinking about. I just think like, you guys put out so much content at KWQC, and you put it out on your social media that it's easy for the kids to grab. But if this were to happen like 10, 15 years earlier, they'd be calling you guys, be like, do you have any footage from this game? Because I need to put my own highlight package together because I'm not playing right now, and that's a big deal. That junior to senior year is a huge jump. Yeah. So, I mean, it's strange. Like, you're already putting all that stuff out there, and it's easy to grab. But I could just think about like 10, 15 years ago how much they'd be without anything.
Yep, and that's why we saw so many kids from Illinois crossing the river to go, play at the Betplex and hone their skills and and make sure that they were getting the opportunities to play at the next level.
I thought about that again when I was listening to the podcast earlier that was talking about indoors, what you're doing, and nothing against the guys out there at TBK. That is packed upon packed, Friday to Sunday night. And not to say it's not during the week when they have other leagues and everything. Like even tomorrow night, I'll go to my daughter's volleyball league on Thursday. But there's tournaments there all weekend long. There's basketball camps going on there the entire time, and it's busy. But it's up to you as a parent. Like I think the kids need to be active, and as long as you're monitoring everything and going with the flow, eventually we just try to get back to normal, right?
Absolutely. And here's the silver lining about the dance show Shine on Quad Cities getting moved back a couple of months for me. 2 more months of practice, which I need every single second of practice that I can get.
That's great. And that's going to be, again, we've said this before, but we'd have to say it over and over again so you guys remember this stuff. This will be the Saturday night out at the Eldridge Community Center, and $60. Doors open up at 6. Beer, wine. You get to go out there. But if you go to the website, it's
ballroombynick.com. Yeah, just put in my name when you buy a ticket, and then money from every ticket I sell will go to benefit the King's Harvest Animal Shelter, and just can't wait to take part in this event and raise a lot of money for the animal shelter.
And so there's nobody else from KWQC that's doing it this year?
There is not, but they do this pretty often, and I think next time one of these events comes around, we need to see you guys out there.
I'm not doing
that. I'll do it if Paula does it. How about that? You tell her we'll lay down that gauntlet. I'll see if I can outdance her.
I did Paula's show on Monday, and I was putting that in her ear, so we'll see if we can get Paula out for a night of dancing.
I mean, you would have to think of all the Quad City personalities that we have, Paula would probably be one of the most popular, if not the most popular, and she should be able to raise the most money, right?
You would think so.
You would think.
I used to have a list.
You had a list, Jay?
That I was the number 4 most popular person in the Quad Cities. Now, I think there might be some people that have jumped in there, and there's some people that have fallen out.
Okay.
Paula was there, above me.
Yeah, of course.
Happy Joe Whitty was above me.
God rest his soul. Passed away just recently.
Kathy Shaboom of Niabi Zoo, the elephant, was above me. She's not there anymore either.
Okay.
So am I 2, or is Joey above me?
Pretty sure Militich is above you.
Oh, Militich and Pat.
Yeah, Anger.
Your colleague Morgan.
Brian Stocking?
Stockpile.
He's definitely
Wait
above
a minute.
you.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, your vote. You have a list of like freshman to senior in high school that are voting that. That doesn't count.
I mean,
I put more. Hold on a second. I was going to say I put more high
Joey,
schoolers on.
Did you ever get
air
to work
than he had,
with
but that's not true.
Gary Mativier?
I did. I worked with Gary for several years.
Gary was up there for quite a long time. Jay.
Absolutely.
I'd say any weather person in the area is probably. I guess I'm not. It was just all in joke. I didn't really believe I was the 4th most popular person in the Quad Cities. But no, it was all a joke or whatever. But I'm definitely not Paula Sands. Someday, Joey, I'll find the video. You got to see it when I was on Paula Sands and my cat. We just made a mockery of it. I'll never be asked back on the show ever again. It was a long time ago, but that's why I haven't been back on in over 20 years.
Your cat attacked
The cat attacked Paula?
No.
Oh, God, no.
It almost got attacked by a dog because they had an animal psychic on the show. She could read the animal's thoughts. It's weird, but I got on the show, and then the dog came over and scared the cat, and the cat literally pooped itself on Paula's couch.
And the psychic couldn't see this coming to stop
it? Yeah, that is exactly what I say every time. How she did not see it coming, I don't know.
She was like, I believe this cat is scared. Really?
Yeah.
You got to be a psychic to know that.
Yeah. The hair was up on its back, and it was hissing the entire time. But yes, it was something else. But no, I haven't been back on since. But she definitely should be on there, and all the other people that are going to be there. It's for a great cause, and we're happy for it. I got this for you, and I don't want to spend too much time on the negative because we've already done the biggest dumps. But I've got this for you, and I'm going to ask T-Roy as well. T-Roy doesn't know this question. And then we'll come back and we'll put a positive spin on things locally for the local high school athletes and some of the best stories that you've covered. But as far as the sports fans, and you've been a sports fan your whole life, so you've been to live events when you're not even covering them. All right, T-Roy, yourself included. The worst sports fans, What's your pet peeve? And I got to go first because I always say it first, and it's in there. My pet peeve, as far as the worst sports fan goes, or one I can't stand, and I don't. It's not like I yell at them or anything like that. I just roll my eyes and move on. But I do not like pink hats. I don't like the lady who is dating somebody or married to someone and becomes super uber fan of the place only because of proximity of.
So Jessica Simpson, when she was dating Tony Romo.
There you go.
She had the pink Romo jersey on.
Yep.
All right, got you.
Pink hats. And where does the pink hat come? It comes from, remember when we met those people from Boston? We met some Boston fans up in Target Field one time. T-Roy's doing a great Pepperidge Farm Boston accent. I'm dying. He's giving these guys a hard time. He's, and they're jawing back with us. And then Big Papi hits a home run and they're like, you done yet? And we're like, we're done. So, because, I'm cheering for the Twins. They're for the Red Sox. But then we asked him, what did we ask him about? Oh, do you like the movie Fever Pitch?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Fever Pitch?
We were having fun with them. They were fun guys. And then we went and drank with them.
Yeah, then he got upset. And they're not upset, but they're like, oh, no, we hate those pink hats. And that's basically the pink hat comes from you take your lady friend to a game and
you buy her a pink hat.
She gets a pink hat for Mother's Day, weekend or week, month or whatever else, or breast cancer awareness. And all they do is talk about how much they love that team now. And they're they've been the biggest, I don't know,
fan since 19.
Yeah. We'll just say because they're local Kansas City Royal fans forever, but really it's because they just went down to Kauffman Stadium and their significant others are fans. So pink hats, as far as my pet peeve for sports fans, that's mine.
It's funny you talk about pink hats because I've met several gals who I'll ask them, why are you a fan of this team? And they'll say, oh, my ex-boyfriend was a big fan of this team, and that's why I am a Packers fan or whatever. And it's funny that they got into it because of a boyfriend or significant other, and then that's something that stays with them for a lifetime.
And true, and it's fine, but it doesn't, like Leah, who's on the show, same thing. Her ex-husband was a Kansas City fan, so, and she's been following them, and she's got her years under her belt, but it's like the 1 year, and when they're winning, that's the worst, when all of a sudden they're popular and winning and everything else. But you rarely, I've always, even from probably the day I met you, when T-Roy's like, he's a Cowboys fan, I'm like, all right, you've got to be this age. And he's like, yeah, how'd you know? I was like, everybody that was about 2 or 3 years older than me, 3, 4 years older than me, were all like Cowboy fans. And you can kind of, when someone sits there and says, I'm a 49ers, I'm like, oh, okay, so you were probably about 9 in 1989 when they won the Super Bowl. And they're like, yeah, why would you say that? And, well, because you can branch out from your father then. You start to create your own allegiances. And if they're winning, it's much easier. There are tons and a lot of Atlanta Braves fans that are,
born in 82.
yeah. 83, 84, but right around the time when they're winning, they put together those things in the 90s and they're on the Superstation. So they're on all the time. And that's why you have Cub fans all over the place. So they're on the Superstation or it's passed down from generation. So do you have any pet peeve fans, Joey?
Yeah, I definitely don't like the bandwagon jumpers. Even as a Drake fan, it's like, yeah, we need all the fans we can get. But sometimes, when you've been invested for this team for so long, or like with the Cubs back, 4 or 5 years ago, and then all of these people are jumping on the bandwagon, there is a part of me that, wants to welcome them with open arms. But then there's also this other part of me that's like, wait a minute, where have you been the last 10, 15 years? You don't get to enjoy this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. When you and I had that run in basketball.
Farouk Manash.
There you go. And there's a lot of people celebrating his shots in the NCAA tournament and everything, and they're not wearing the purple and gold much anymore.
Yeah.
T-Ray?
Eagle fans.
That's fine, because I was going to get us to a specific one as well.
No, Eagle fans, except for Eric Miller, the driller.
I was going to get into a specific one.
Julian, I give Julian, he played for the Eagles, so I'll give Julian a break, but for the most part, Eagle fans are just the worst.
Well, mine then when it comes to specific, and it's got nothing to do with the franchise. Again, this is all about the fans. It is I'm a Green Bay Packer owner fan. I cannot stand that I am a Green Bay Packer owner, and I'm like, what? What do you? And they're like, yeah, I have stock in it, and I just am like, oh, let's not go through this again.
Oh, I forgot about Dana. If I don't mention Dana Pipe, she's a Philly.
But yeah, every time.
Born and raised, too.
Like, oh, yeah, it's framed on my wall. And I was like, you go to shareholders meeting? No. Did you call, during the strike and tell, Green Bay Packers to let's make sure this all gets together with the NFLPA? No.
Tell him to sign Aaron Rodgers.
Did you guys call him to did you tell him that you didn't want Jordan Love to be drafted in the first round? No. How are you an owner? What do you make no decisions whatsoever? It's that one gets on my nerves. But that's my only specific one. Joey, you got any others?
Yeah, I would say just all Packers fans in general, whether they're owners or not.
Joey!
You're losing viewership.
You're losing viewers. Don't do it,
Started
man.
off strong with the Hello Quad Season did that.
Oh,
so are you a
man.
Bear fan?
Bear down.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bear down. No, that makes sense. I get it.
Yeah, I grew up in Chicagoland, so all Chicago teams.
Do you have anyone that's not as specific to the teams that you just don't like?
Oh, I don't know. It's just, you guys have made some very good points and examples, but yeah, that's about it. I mean,
all right, I got a few more.
Okay.
The team jersey, but your name's on the back.
Okay.
I think that's fine up to the age of like 13, 14.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you completely right there. What do you think about the no name on the jersey?
Well, that's first. Wouldn't that be now? Is there an NFL team that doesn't do that?
No,
Okay.
but you can buy them as
Yeah.
a fan, and I have some like that, and it's nice
There's
because
stipulations. I got stipulations.
Yeah, before you rip me, because I just like
No, I've got
I
stipulations.
like the
Yeah.
fact that you know that no matter what happens, that jersey's always going to be good.
Yeah,
because
Right.
I've bought jerseys where
Yeah.
a year later that player is out of town and they left with skid marks on the tires leaving town. So it's nice to get something that you can wear each and every year. I've got a Cubs jersey that I've been wearing for 20 years. It doesn't have a name on it, but I love it.
All right, I got a thought.
Just hold on. Let me piggyback on what he said.
All right.
You're right. The no name thing, because I enjoy a good ribbing if someone's wearing the jersey and it's the team not only there, and someone like, say you're at Soldier Field, Patriots coming to town, and the Bear fan says to the Patriot fan, "Sit down, Brady." So I like that. Now the stipulation is if you get one without a name on it, and you can pick a number and any number, there's two numbers you cannot have, or else automatically you're on the pet peeve list. Here's the two numbers. Are you ready for them?
I know one.
What is it?
69.
69 is one of them. 100%. You cannot do that.
And 99.
Nope. 0.08.
Oh.
I hate that. I can't stand it. It's the worst.
So you don't like my .08 mock draft?
No, I like
right.
that. I don't mind that. I'm just saying, like, guaranteed this. If you roll up to a slow pitch softball game, you roll up and they're warming up. Now, forget if they're wearing flat bills. Forget if they've got more than two bats in their bat bag. Forget if they're wearing like clown pants or whatever. If one or two of these guys are wearing the number 69 or .08, it is guaranteed they're hitting up the middle at you, at your pitcher. That they do not care about sports. They just think they're funny and that they're doing something. It is a lock guarantee. So that's what I think about if you don't if you just get to do a custom made jersey or whatever else.
The one I don't like, and it's a pet peeve to me, is if, like, let's just say Joey's a fan of the Bears, right? But he's not a knowledgeable fan of the Bears, and I know more Bears trivia and history than he does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the one that gets to me, and I'm like, no, your team, no, it didn't do anything that year. You know what I mean? Where oh no, they did this. I'm like, no, you're wrong.
You're really, and that's usually going to run to somebody in like their early 30s.
Yeah,
it's going to be the know-it-all.
Yeah.
But really, you're just like, no.
Like, guys, this is great. Joe, you'll love this. I got in an argument with a guy because he tried to tell me that Moose Johnston did not play at Syracuse because he went to Syracuse and he would have known. I'm like, no, you're wrong. No, I went to Syracuse. I would have known if Moose Johnston played at Syracuse. I'm like, oh my God.
If only there was like a device on our phones or something that could tell us something like that.
The only thing when someone would invent
like,
something
no,
like that.
It really is. He really did. I promise you.
All right, Joey, you brought up this question off the air, so we're going to bring it up now and make a little bit of turn, and then we'll come back to everything and wrap this up. Can you be a fan of that college team if you didn't attend college there?
So I believe you can, but I like to argue that you can't, just to kind of ruffle the feathers of some of my friends who are, say, Hawkeye fans and they didn't go to Iowa. Like Chris Hassel's a good buddy of mine, and I used to razz him so much and tell him, you can't be an Iowa fan. You didn't even go to Iowa. You went to St. Ambrose, and it would really get under his skin. So I think you can, though. I mean, especially in a state like Iowa where the Hawkeyes, the
Right.
Cyclones, those are essentially the pro teams.
Right.
Yeah, I
See, my
agree.
relatives are all Cyclones, and they went there, and then and they pull that. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
That's got to be one heck of a Thanksgiving when they just go "Rrr, rrr," the entire time you
They
say
don't have
something.
much to say anymore. I mean, I don't have to see them.
I was telling you, Joey, at the time in the mid '90s at the University of Northern Iowa, it was such a suitcase college, and you went there. I went there to be a teacher. Just and my teacher and coach, my mentor, was just like, go to UNI, and I was like, why is that? And they said it's Iowa State Teacher College. So it was just one of those things. I could have gone to Iowa. I just was like, I'm going to be a teacher. But it was such a suitcase college that you would see multiple. I mean, Drake, Iowa State, more than you would see UNI. Now it's a little bit up there. People stick around. But again, in the state of Iowa, it's a weird thing to explain. Like if you go up to the Twin Cities and someone's like, man, why do you guys care so much about Iowa? Like we don't have a professional team. That's it for us. And Saturdays are a big deal. So, I have no problem with it, but just like you said, you give Hassel a hard time. It's the ultimate comeback for every nuh-uh on Twitter when someone says something about a team, and they're like, "You didn't even go there." I'm like, okay, good job, And that's always a big deal. That is kind of a usual comeback by Iowa State fans too.
Oh yeah, it really is.
So obviously you cheer for Northern Iowa, Jay, and I want to ask you, a hypothetical. I'm guessing you're a Hawkeye true and true, but let's just say that Northern Iowa somehow goes out, they win the Missouri Valley tournament, they get to the NCAA tournament, and somehow, completely hypothetical, it's Northern Iowa and Iowa in the national championship game this April. Who are you cheering for?
It's Iowa. I mean, okay. I've got to see them play in the Dome against UNI when I was there. I was still cheering for Iowa as well. I like everything that Schwab's doing for the UNI wrestling program, but I'd cheer for Iowa. As far as football goes, man, I remember, and Anger will tell you that field goal that they missed, I think they missed 2 or whatever else, I was devastated to think that UNI was going to beat Iowa then. It was never like a
Those
sense
were
of
the
pride.
2 that got blocked by...
I was there for the UNI game when Tavian Banks broke the rushing yards in a single game against UNI, and I was cheering for it. So it's always Iowa and always has been. But Cedar Falls was just there to be a teacher, and now I'm not a teacher anymore. So that's why we don't let 18-year-olds make decisions. So because they later on when they're 45 go, I don't know why I did that. So we have just a short amount of time before we wrap this up. What's some of your favorite things that you've got to cover in the Quad City area?
Well, obviously the Bix and the John Deere Classic are kind of the crown jewels of this area. Those are so much fun to cover every July. But some of my favorite stories to cover have been just, stories about local athletes or coaches just overcoming incredible adversity. Probably one of my favorite stories, absolutely, that I've ever done in my 12 years of broadcasting is about a young man who is from Eldridge. His name's Noah Schlicksup. He's 13 years old. He wants to be a sportscaster. He wants to be the play-by-play voice of the Chicago Cubs. He has Tourette's syndrome, and last year he was getting bullied at school. Got to the point where it was bothering him so much that his mom took him out of school, and then he started calling games for North Scott basketball, broadcasting them, and that just lifted his spirits immensely, and really got him back on track. And now I did a story with him, and so many people have seen Noah broadcasting, and we've had all of our teams here reach out to him. The Chicago Cubs have reached out to him, and he's just gotten all of these opportunities to pursue what he loves doing. So those are the kind of stories that I love to do.
That's great. We'd be remiss if we didn't mention that the North Scott Lancers, Lady Lancers, punched their ticket to state last night.
Going for a 3rd straight state title. It's they don't rebuild in Eldridge for TJ Case and the Lady Lancers. They reload and go right back to state and go after another title.
Yeah, and it's been a good year for North Scott. I mean, obviously the state football title as well. Had a few wrestlers in the semifinals, got a few 3rd and 4th, so they had a good year there. So, good luck to them. But that's a great story about Noah. And I remember you guys doing that. You guys got a lot of traction. What's the best part about that traction is it's not just the hip term LUVs, local unique views. It's that it grew out to even more to professional franchises all over that are reaching out to him. It's got to be a good boost to him, and I hope nothing but the best for him if, those problems don't exist anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't. He's just filled with confidence right now. His family actually moved to Jacksonville about a year ago, and he went to training camp for the Jaguars, and he's standing outside of the training facility just hoping to interview some of the players, and he starts talking to this guy, and he goes, so what do you do for the team? And the guy goes, well, I'm the general manager. Do you want to come inside with me to practice? And he brought Noah in, and Noah got to interview a bunch of the players and get some autographs and pictures. So
that's great.
Noah's doing great.
How come the Jaguars haven't announced yet that Tim Tebow's on the staff?
I don't know.
It's the first thing I thought about when he announced he was no longer going to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah, that's obviously weird, and you know, it seems like something that would be a tremendous PR opportunity, but
well, he's got other gigs that he can do. He's pretty talented. All right, Joey, let's talk about the Saturday night again.
Yeah, so once again, it is called Shine On Quad Cities. A really fun event where you can come out, enjoy an hour of free wine, beer, and appetizers from the Phoenix, and you'll get to watch some really impressive dancing. And all of the money from our silent auction is going to benefit local nonprofits and local businesses here in the Quad Cities that are hurting by COVID-19. And then portion from all of the tickets we sell is going to go right back to those local businesses and nonprofits as well.
And that's great because right now we still... You know, we're in month 11, and there's a lot of local businesses that can still use the help and everything, and eventually we'll get through this, and hopefully things are going better for all of us out there, and normalcy can return to your world, because just like we said at the beginning of the interview at the top of this hour, and thank you for going for an hour. I know you're busy. I do appreciate it. It's your spring is going to look a little different than it has in the past. You're going to be moving around a lot, and every day is going to be something new for you. So it's a little exciting, but I'm sure it can also be stressful.
Yeah, and hopefully it just won't be too cold on Friday nights for some football in March and April.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it's getting there.
We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Seeing that sun shine down on Modern Woodman Park yesterday got me really excited. Can't wait for that first River Bandits game in May.
Is there any speculation right now about the Bics?
Not that I have heard, but you know that's still obviously a long ways away. So it's a situation where, and we've seen how drastically and quickly things can change in just the span of a few weeks or a month or two. So, my expectation is that we absolutely will have the Bics, but you know we're still a long ways away.
Well, like I said, with all the new stuff that's coming out that it's not really on surfaces. I mean, you can stand outside and still be away and not have to be by someone for 15 minutes. I don't know.
It's the way they line up at the Bics.
You can't. Yeah, I know. You can't stop people from watching it either. So that's the only thing. The John Deere Classic they can still have, obviously, because they've been doing golf without fans in attendance. So that one can happen. And it looks like the River Bandits thing is going on. I don't know. Did they say anything about capacity?
You know, I actually did not get to attend the press conference. We had Scooby Mageza there this morning, so I'm going to kind of comb through everything that was said, and we'll have some information about that at 5 and 6 tonight on TV6.
And speaking of that, though, and we've talked about this as well, the idea of how the schedule is looking now is more advantageous for you to cover because you know you're going a week on and then a week off and a week on, which is nice. Because you don't get thrown for 3 games and they go on an 8-game road trip and then come back for 4 games and vice versa, and you're kind of going back and forth.
Absolutely, and then it's 1 week of buying groceries for dinner and then 1 week of eating dinner at Modern Woodman Park every night.
Nothing wrong with that. There's not a lot of people right now that aren't going to argue with that because they want a beer and a dog too in a baseball game. I think everybody just wants to kind of get back to that routine where they can feel like they're at a game and take the family there and enjoy the time there.
Yeah, and don't forget about Dippin' Dots.
Don't forget about Dippin'
Dots. Jay, you're the only one that hasn't had a Dippin' Dot.
I've never had Dippin' Dots.
Oh my gosh, you haven't lived, Jay.
See?
It's the ice cream from the future. They
imported
it from the future.
It's been out for a long time, so the future is now.
And you're missing out.
I guess so. Yeah, like I said, I'm just not a big sweets guy or ice cream. So, and I've never had a cone at Carver.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are overrated, but it's something that as a Hawkeye fan, I think you have to do.
Look at that. Oh, Joey dropped the
I've
Green
never
Bay
had
Packers.
a Carver either.
Especially for the price. I can't remember what they are, but I'd imagine they're probably $6 or $7 for an ice cream cone that you could pretty much get it anything like McDonald's or Checkers, you know.
It's just a soft serve. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Joey, thank you so much for reaching out to me. Never hesitate to reach out. Anytime you got to come on, anything you want to push, anything at all, even if you just want to say hi. You're like, hey, I'm down the street. I heard you guys are talking about this, or you said something yesterday. I want to come on and talk about it. And, you know, just go ahead, reach out. The door's always open for you. Joey's on KWQC Channel 6. You guys can catch him there every night. And this weekend, Eldridge Community Center, he's going to be doing Shine On. And look out for tickets there. And you can also watch it. You can also watch it online. It's $30 for that, $60 at the door or in advance tickets. And you can, you have a cocktail hour at 6 o'clock. Joey, thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Joey. Good luck this weekend.
Enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. Stay safe and sanitized. We'll see you tomorrow.